Hi guys, happy October, and welcome to Moser Meadows Records. I'm Samuel Moser, and today I'd like to talk with you about my cartoon character, Howie the Wolf. As you may remember from my first cartoon character video, Tommy the Cowboy was the first character I ever came up with. And even though Howie the Wolf's cartoon is the second one that was released, he's actually not the second cartoon character I came up with. That was Blow-Nosed Billy, who you'll meet in my next Jiffy tune. Howie the Wolf was probably about the fourth or fifth character I came up with. I discovered him along with Joseph Goodent. I'm not quite sure how I came up with Joseph Goodent. The third cartoon originally was about Joseph Goodent, and you see Howie in that cartoon as this actor who is a wolf, depicted as a scary wolf, when he wanted others to know that he's a nice wolf. And the cartoon that came out after that was a very short cartoon called Caveman that basically happens the same way that this one starts, where Howie the Wolf wants to fix his reputation, so he goes back to the forest to meet his family, doesn't find his family, instead finds himself in a dark cave with a pirate who ends up kidnapping him. And that was actually where I ended that cartoon. I wasn't quite sure where the rest of Howie the Wolf's story was going to go from there. So one time in high school, we were writing several short stories in different genres. And one genre we were given to work with was story with a twist. The plot twist is the part of the story where you just go, wait, what? And it takes a different turn from what you thought it was going to do right at the end of the story. I wrote the full story of Howie the Wolf and Max the Masked Pirate, and I basically used it as my script, where, if you've seen it, the goal for Howie the Wolf was to fix his reputation. He finds himself with a pirate, and he's put in the position where he's either going to hand the Goodent business to the pirate, or he's going to come up with some clever way to save it. He does come up with a clever way that does save it by writing a letter that brings the police there and saves him from the pirate's grasp. But ultimately, because he wrote the letter, the police see him as the criminal and they arrest him, and that's the plot twist. Each of my Jiffy Tune characters reflects some aspect of me. I want to express myself through the different characters. For instance, Tommy the Cowboy reflects my happy-go-lucky look on the bright side of life. Blow-Nosed Billy, who you'll meet in my next cartoon, is socially awkward. Though he doesn't act socially awkward, he just doesn't know things about society because he spent his whole life on the sea. Joseph Goodent is kind of this controlling, wealthy guy who owns a business and is really creative, comes up with a lot of his own stuff and brands them after his own name. It's all based off of his last name. A thing that I like to do, my music videos and YouTube channel are under the title Moser Meadows Records. Now his worker, Howie the Wolf, I came up with because I wanted to invent a character who is self-conscious, who actually knows what he looks like to other people too well, and it's all too true. People really despise him, avoid him, even though he's generally not trying to be a terrible person. It's just his appearance, it's what he looks like, it's what his reputation is. And I think several other people can relate to somebody like Howie the Wolf. He is also creative, he's individualistic, he wants people to see what's unique and special about him. That's one reason he wants to be an actor, but things never quite go the way he wants them to. He's also this gentle giant character. I really like dogs. Besides pigs, which are really my favorite animals, I'm really a dog person. Growing up on our farm, Moser Meadows, we always had 3 big Great Pyrenees dogs at a time. I really have a soft spot for big dogs, but I know that for lots of people, big dogs can be very intimidating and scary, even though they're generally the most gentle, sweetest, nicest dogs. A dog is a man's best friend, but originally, way back before we trained them and stuff, they were basically all wolves. Nobody really held dogs in high esteem. In fact, people would avoid them. And so Howie the Wolf is kind of on the fence there, where he and Joseph Goodent know that he's a good person. He's a good, nice wolf. But to anybody outside, he'll always appear as the villain, and it does not help that Joseph Goodent makes him always play the villain. Also, when you try to think about what a dog sounds like when he's talking, sometimes you think, okay, kind of a barking sound, you know. But we also have a border collie who they say they're supposed to be some of the smartest creatures. Ours is very not smart. But she used to be really talkative when we first got her. Some people came over to work and they heard a voice behind them. And Mom was like, oh, that was our dog Kaylee. And they're like, that did not sound like a dog. That was Kaylee. And our other dog that we recently got is an Australian Shepherd. He lives in the house with us, and he's very energetic. He's a very sweet dog, very intimate. And he sometimes talks. It's mostly when he's whiny. He's just like, oh, I want to go outside. Or sometimes it even sounds like he's saying our names. I've heard him say my name before. So he's a mixture of him and Kaylee and basically all huskies. I kind of converged those voices to give myself an idea of what Howie the Wolf's voice should be like. Kind of whiny, but also, you know, he smiles a lot. Generally, I want my little messages in my cartoons to be for all situations. Like, it's not exclusively saying one thing or another, but kind of hits a broad scope of things. In the case of Howie the Wolf, prejudice, judging people by their appearance for those who are judgmental towards others, and compassion for those who feel judged against. I want people who feel like Howie the Wolf to feel felt by this. I want you to feel reached. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning about my cartoon character. My brother Puzzle sent a message to my family the other week asking what we wanted to dress up as for Halloween. I think I'm going to dress up as Howie the Wolf, because wolves are scary. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.